Hi class, today I'll be telling you a story from Western Australia about a young girl named Manawee. This myth will teach you how important it is to be kind to others and the consequences that may happen to you if you're not. A long time ago, there was a big tribe. In this tribe, there had lots of people, including children, just like this young boy named Malachi. Malachi and like all of the other children, they were all happy and they'd always go out and play in the wilderness and have fun with their families, except this one girl named Manawee. She was a very bitter girl and she never had fun with anything. She always had something to say and she always had a really mean face. And she'd always try to start fights between all of the tribe. When the people in the tribe had been arguing, there was an elderly couple saying how someone must speak to Manawee. When they had spoken to her, they told her that she needs to change her attitude, or one day, as she was getting older, something terrible would happen to her for not being kind at all to anyone in the tribe. But Manawee didn't want to listen to these elders. Instead, she continued to pick on the other children in the tribe and cause more and more fights each and every day. Even as she continued to get older, she was still a rude, mean girl. And as the other kids were getting older, they all decided that they didn't like her and they all wanted to stay far, far away from her. One day, Manawee was being so rude to the entire tribe that everyone was fighting. No one was being civil at all, except for the kids that were all her age. Instead, they were plotting out to get revenge on Manawee for being so rude to everyone her entire life and making all of the younger kids her age hate their lives. All throughout the day, the kids that are Manawee's age were still trying to figure out a way to get back at her for ruining their lives, until they came up with an idea to have Malachi drag her down to the swamp at night, just like how she's been dragging them down their entire lives. So, when he dragged her down to the swamp, he rolled her around and threw her in there and told her that that's what she's been doing to them their entire lives, and told her that she needs to stop or it's going to keep happening over and over. After Malachi had dragged Manawee throughout the mud, he ran away before she could even say anything. And instead of following him, Manawee decided that she wanted to wait there and plot against all of those kids for hurting her. And she couldn't think of anything, so instead she laid down right by the side of the mud and prayed to the gods all night to help her get revenge on them and help her scare them so they never come after her ever again. After a long night of praying to the gods, Manawee eventually fell asleep by the mud. And then she woke up in the morning to the bright sun. And then she started to notice something really weird about herself. She noticed that she had some green scales and she looked terrifying. And as soon as she noticed, she realized she was a crocodile. She realized that the gods had turned her into something just like her personality, something mean and scary. After realizing how terrifying she became, she decided to use this to get back at her tribe for attacking her. But then she didn't realize how she can't even leave her swamp. So then, after weeks of being alone, she realized that she no longer had anyone in her life. And this made her feel very sorry for ever being rude and mean to everyone in her tribe all of those years, because she'd rather have people in her life than be lonely. But it was too late for her to ever take it back, and she stayed as a crocodile for the rest of her life. So this is the story of Manawee and the crocodile. This story is to teach you to not be mean to others in your life, because one day something incredibly crazy could happen to your life and you could never be able to take back what you once said.